All right, minute 14 for week 4, day 1. In the number 1846, the blank is in the tens place and the blank is in the hundreds place. So they go out of order. Tens looks like that, hundreds looks like this. So we're looking for the one with the second one in would be a 4. And the third one in would be a 8. And I was telling a kid this, there's always a decimal there. Like, I know there's a comma there because that's punctuation, but there's actually always a decimal even though you can't see it. Which of these shapes best represents a cube? A cube. A, B, C, or D? A. This is a rectangular prism, and these are cylinders, both one on that side. Circle the fraction that is not in its simplest form. So that means that can get smaller. So 5 cannot go into 11, so this is simplest. 5 can go into 15, so you could divide both the 5 and the 15. If you can divide it, you have to divide them both by the same number. It doesn't matter. So that's having a common factor. So 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 15 3. So this one is not in its simplest form. This is the simplest form. Can 5 go into 12? Nope. Can 5 go into 18? Nope. You say that because when you count by 5s, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, and nowhere do you land on a 12. Same here. 5, 10, 15, 20, you don't land on 18. So here you can, because 5, 10, 15, you actually land on that number. If 2/3 equals a over 15, then a equals, so what happens from 3 to 15? It multiplies by 5. Same thing here. If we did that on the bottom, we would both do that on the top. So 2 times 5 is 10. 10 over 15 would be the same. And that would be called an equivalent fraction. So they're the same amount. And that would be 10. A would be 10. This is like algebra. How many plus 11 gets you to 20? So you can count up from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then count these up. Or you can also do 20, take away 11, and then subtract and go 9. So there's 9 if you subtract. And then there should be 9 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 9 is it. These 4 cubes were placed in a bag. What is the probability that the dark one would be pulled out of the bag first? Well, just so you know, I can't see very well on my printed copy, but this is the dark one. Everything else is the lighter ones. So what is the odds if I put these 4 in there that I would reach in and grab it out? Well, it's 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be 1 out of 4 or 1/4. You could put either one of these. You can write it however you want. Or you can actually write 1 out of 4. So it depends on what you want to say. Up to you. So many choices. Endless options. All right, next. Which of the following statements are true? And says you're using the bar graph over here to the right. Is it true that a plus b equals 50? Which of the following statements? So there could be more than one. So a is 20, b is 30, and c is 60. So is a plus b 50? Yes, because 20 plus 30 is 50. So this is true. Which of the following statements are true? Make sure I read that right. This one is true. Then it says c is half of b. C is 60 and B is 30. Yep, this is true too. No, sorry. That's not true. C is not half of B. B is half of C. B is more than A. That almost tricked me. B is more than A. Yes, B is more than A. Sorry. And the last question. A plus B plus C is closest to, so this is 50 and this is 60. So 50 plus 60 equals 110. Because 60 is just 10 more than 50. So now I would say it's closer to 100. Okay, change into a decimal form. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of kids might know how to do this, but I'm just gonna show you. For all of these, we're just gonna write the whole number and then we're gonna put a period. So 3 period decimal, 20 decimal. Now, if I told you if you had half a dollar, in order to find this out, you can use a calculator, but I'm just gonna let you know. If someone said I had $2.50, how much money would you have? Well, I know half of a dollar is 50 cents. But just to show you that even though, like someone said I had $3.25, if someone said that you had a quarter, you would know how much money you had, maybe 25 cents. But just so you know, if you had a different decimal, or if you had a number like 3 2/9, you would put your 3 down as your whole number. And then you take your calculator and you do 1. For this one, we're going to do 1 divided by 2. And that's going to get us 50 cents. If you didn't know that. If you didn't know the quarter is 1, like 25 cents, sorry. If I didn't know that, I could hit 1 divided by 4, and that would get me to 25 cents. And the same thing here, we have half. 20.5. Okay. Now, this is the opposite. Now, they say you want us to change these to decimal forms. So you can go, how many times would 4 go into 20? Well, if you count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 15, no, my stars, 16, 20. That's what happens when you work on a Sunday. All right, so now how many times does 4 go into 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the answer would be 5. Another way to check your work is to do 20 divided by, or the fraction of 4 equals 5. Next, how many times does 5 go into 30? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 6 wholes. So if I did that on my calculator, I would have 30 divided by 5, which is that number, 30 divided by 5 equals 6 wholes. And finally, our last one. Can we count by 8s to get to 40? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So we actually land exactly on that. So we would have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 goes into 40, or 40 divided by 8 is 5. Check your work. 40 divided by 8 equals 5. All right, I'm good to go.